Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we've got another live stream, another new event on Pokemon Go, and obviously we're into 2025 now, so this is probably the first full-on event that's been done in 2025. Obviously we have the New Year event, which went over the New Year period into the first day, but this is the first fully fledged event of 2025. And there's loads to it as well. We've got some shiny boosted Pokemon in the wild. We also have a Pokemon debut. We have global challenges that we've got to try and do all together. And we also will be doing our daily adventure Incense and much, much more. So loads to come up. So thanks very much for joining. But first of all, the Pokemon this event all surrounds is Fidough. Fidough is released in the wild for the first time ever on Pokemon Go. Its debut, and it surprised a lot of people because a lot of people expected it to be only available from research tasks, but actually Niantic have put it in the wild. So as you can see, all these shadows around me, I'm yet to catch one. All these are the new Pokemon Fidough, and we'll hopefully be getting some decent ones of these as we're walking around during this live stream. And it looks like there might be one around here, so let's keep an eye out for that. Let's complete this route. And let's see if we can find this Fidough, which is nearby. It's somewhere around here somewhere. It says it's at this Pokestop, so let's have a look. Oh, shiny Onyx. Straight away on the live stream. That's a nice shiny. Obviously boosted as well, 1 in 64. That isn't one of the event boosted ones. It is just always boosted anyway, Onyx says. And there it is, Fidough. Our first Fidough, 256 CP, weather boosted as well. So hopefully we'll see a few more of these with it being weather boosted. Tends to increase the spawns when the Pokemon is weather boosted. There it is, our first Fidough caught, and as you can see there, registered to Pokedex. Is any good for a first one? 256, no, only a 1-star, but still our first ever Fidough on Pokemon Go. Really, really happy about it, but still we have loads more to catch to be able to evolve it, and we've also got to see if we can get any shinies as well during this live stream. Now, shiny boosted Pokemon are about during this event, the Fidough Fetch event, and this started yesterday at 3 p.m. PST time, so it started at the same time worldwide, and unlike other events where other events start at 10 a.m. local time, this one started at the same time worldwide. So here in the UK it actually started at 11 p.m. PST time. That was 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And that was all because of the global challenges. So the global challenges are that trainers must have to do nice curveball throws. So nice throws, and doing those will unlock more and more benefits as the event goes on. And that is why we started the event all on the same time worldwide, unlike previous events where it's 10 a.m. local time. Because if it was 10 a.m. local time, the people in Australia, New Zealand, early time zones will be virtually holding the event and keeping it going and trying to unlock the bonuses before anyone else could even contribute as the hours went on. So starting it all at the same time meant that everybody, if you was awake, could contribute to the event straight away and to those challenges. So 10k catching. Esper, we do need that shiny, unfortunately. Not shiny at time, but it is a 93, so not bad at all. And we will put in another 10k as well. Now, the event, as we said, it features Fidough being debuted on Pokemon Go. That was unlocked just a couple of hours ago as the second stage of the global challenges. Now, if we have a quick look and see this graphic here, you'll be able to see these are the steps and the rewards that you get from these global challenges. So this is brought to you by LeakDuck. Really, really useful website when you look into events and different things like that. So definitely give them a look if you're not Now, step 1, we instantly got 2 times catch XP. Step 2, we have just unlocked that. We had to do 75 million nice throws globally, and we've just unlocked it about an hour or so ago. And that means we get 2 times catch Stardust, as well as a 2 times catch XP. So all these are in addition of. Then we also get the debut of Fidough and also additional field research tasks. So potentially some of those field research tasks could be Fidough. And then step 3, which we're working on now, we will get 2.5 times XP, additional field research tasks again, and we will also get Hisuian, Growlithe and Graveyard appearing in the wild as well as an additional bonus. So that's what we're working towards. You can see the following steps as well afterwards, but they are the steps we're working towards at the moment. And some of these may be the new event field research, and there we have it, Fidough on the event task. I believe that one was follow a route, so maybe that's a test for Fidough. We'll have to keep an eye out for any more than that and see if we keep constantly getting Fidough or whether we get a mixture of things. But follow a route was definitely Fidough that time around. We also have a Slugma off a non-event one. And we have a Growlithe off the last event one that we had. Hi Anthony, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So we'll just catch these around here. So it is 2 times catch XP at the moment. We can actually upgrade that during this event up to 4 times catch XP, which is just insane. And obviously if you put a lucky egg on, you'll get 8 times catch XP, which is just crazy. So that means every excellent throw you could get up to 8,500 XP for. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm very good. Excellent throw there on the Fidough. And hopefully we can get a decent one of these Fidoughs as we're walking around, whether it be in the wild or on research task. Would be nice to be able to get a decent one on the first day of its release. But we are going to be taking the time and working on these excellent throws as well as we're walking around. There's a lot of Pokemon around at the moment that are okay on excellent throws. They're not too difficult to do. So it's definitely a good time to try and work on building that XP up. And like I say, if we do unlock those bonuses later on in the next couple of days where we can get up to 4 times XP, then I'll definitely be walking around with Roar of Time and a lucky egg on and making that up to 8 times XP. So that will be insane amount of XP that we can earn. Hey Emma, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. I have all the Pokemons. You've got to catch them all. That's always the saying. You've got to catch them all. Missed up there on the excellent throw. But the shiny boosted Pokemon, going back to the event details, the shiny boosted Pokemon of this event, right from the start, is Electrike and Voltorb. So both blue shinies, both of them go to that blue colour. When they're shiny, I'll show you what we look like as shinies. So here you've got Electrike. We actually had this one this morning, just a bit away from where I live. So shiny Electrike there. Only a 1-star, 0-star. And then Voltorb, the normal Voltorb, is also blue. Very, very nice shiny. And we have many, many of those as well during the events where it's been featured in the past. Thanks very much. Really appreciate everybody who's liked and subscribed. So, like I say, we will be working on the excellent throws, but also you can see a tally of how much you have contributed to the nice throws as well during this event or during this stage of the global challenge. And we need to try and build that number up as well to help out and help unlock the next stage, which is that 2.5 times catch XP, additional Pokestock rewards, and also the Hisuian, Growlithe and Graveyard appearing in the wild as well. So they'll join the recently debuted Fidough in the wild when we get to the next step. Let's see if that Fidough wants to stay in the ball. It does. So we will put our daily adventure incense on as well in a second. And we'll try and find any glaring birds as well while we're walking around. But the event, like I say, we've just unlocked that 2x catch XP, and we've unlocked the 2x catch Stardust, so we will go ahead and put a star piece on for the next half an hour. And we'll put our daily adventure incense on and see what we can find from that. Now, Fidough does have another form. He has another evolution, should I say, and you do need to get 50 candies to be able to evolve him up to that evolution. So if you are wanting to evolve him quickly, you can always use a Pineapps, double the candy that you get, and therefore you should be able to evolve him after about 6 or 7 Fidoughs that you catch. I'm level 50 on Pokemon GO, the maximum level at the moment. There's a lot of talk about the level being increased at some stage in the near future, and that's mainly due to the fact that a lot of the events that have been happening recently, I'm level 68, so a lot of events that have been happening recently have been giving an XP bonus, or 2x catch XP, 3x catch XP, and so on and so forth. And we did that when the level cap was 40, and when the level 50 was just about to be released, they put a load of events on with the XP boost. So a lot of people are surmising that, being that they're virtually giving XP away at this moment in time, the level 60 or 55 potentially maybe on the horizon very, very soon. Now, Geodude, quite a difficult one to do an excellent throw on. Now, we might do some Dynamaxes as well as we're heading down here. I think there's a Sobble on this one nearby, and we'll try and work on those. And of course, tomorrow, Sunday the 5th of January, 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. local time, it is Spaghetto Community Day. And of course, very much a boosted shiny during Community Day, 1 in 25 odds. So hopefully you'll be able to get a few of those. But that is 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. tomorrow. So loads and loads of stuff happening in the next few days. Trying to hit some of these excellent throws to make the most of this 2x catch XP. There we go, excellent throw that time. Now the shiny boosted odds of Electrike and Voltorb should be around about 1 in 64. Between 1 in 64 or 1 in 128 odds for those. So you should be able to get those shiny if you play for a decent amount of time over the next few days. Fidough, being weather boosted, obviously has those additional 5 levels, which means it's a higher CP than it normally would be, and therefore slightly harder to catch. Now, it's been a while since we've had anything decent spawn on the daily adventure incense. We've done it many, many times over the last few weeks, both on live stream and just when I've been walking around, and we've really, really struggled to be able to get it. And get the dog. Masquerain there. Evolutions are still about in the wild. We normally see an increase of evolution Pokemon spawning in the wild, the likes of Primeape and Masquerain, as you've seen there. Two of them right close together. We normally see an increase of those when we're not in events, but we are still spawning at the moment. Whether they'll get replaced when we unlock more things in the next few days and we get these additional spawns from the event, we'll have to wait and see on that. Catch 5 Pokemon from this research task. I'm unsure what the research tasks are going to reward. Do I have many of the glaring birds already? I do have at least one of each of glaring birds already. I don't have any shinies, unfortunately. But glaring birds as a whole, we have Zapdos, which we have 2 hundo ones of, which was absolutely insane. I managed to get both of these on Lucky Trade. And when I got them both off Lucky Trades, I put a post up online on Twitter to see if anyone else had managed to get 2 of the same glaring bird hundo before, and nobody's ever responded. So it got retweeted many times, and I don't think anybody has. So potentially a world's first on that, getting 2 hundo glaring Zapdoses. It is absolutely insane. Yeah, it was only 2 that I've caught as well. So I'd caught Zapdos and trade them like for like. I've only managed to get 2 Zapdos and trade them like for like, and both of them went to a hundo. It was absolutely insane luck. In terms of Articuno, we also have another one of those, but not hundo this time. Now we have 2 Articunos. One is a 93 lucky, 12, 15, 15 on that one. It's a shame the attack is slightly bad on that one. And then this one was the first Master Ball that I've used. I've still got 3 Master Balls at the moment. I used one of them to collect this one, and that was because it was an extra small one, which I've not seen many people get extra small or extra large glaring birds before. And when this one popped up on the daily, it was definitely going to be one to use the Master Ball on. It's just a shame it wasn't shiny. That would have been really nice. An extra small, shiny, Galarian Articuno would have been something else. And then the last but not least, we also obviously have Moltres. Now Moltres, I have 2 of them, caught them both and then lucky trading them like for like. One is around the 84 mark, and then we have one that's 87. So actually we're both the same IV, so both of them are 87, exactly the same stats. Obviously different CPs, as you can see. But they are the glaring birds that we've had so far. So unbelievably lucky with the glaring Zapdos. Not so lucky with the other ones that we've lucky traded, but still gone a lot better than what we had them previously at. Now we have got a route to follow. Yeah, my birds clearly like to twin, yeah. 2 hundo ones on the Zapdos and then 2 twins on me Moltres. Very much so. 405 Electrike on the task. I don't know if that's any good or not. It seems quite high. Oh, it's not too bad. That's 15 attack. That's probably why the CP is so high. Now, of course, with a 1 in 64 odds for Electrike and Voltorb doing those research tasks that give you encounters for them during this event. They can also give encounters for other things, but hopefully you get them more often than not. Of course, you have a chance of getting a really decent shiny Electrike or Voltorb from a task. Of course, task IV's minimum of 10, 10, 10. So therefore, it's a minimum of a 2-star at least. Now, Stone Journey up ahead. It's now been re-added back into the wild in the UK. Our UK exclusive Pokemon, obviously based on Stonehenge. It's finally returned. to the game. He actually disappeared from a wild around about December the 9th. Nobody had seen it ever since then. And then it went for virtually around about 28, 27 days, something like that. It's disappeared. Nobody's ever seen it in a wild before, or since, should I say. And then randomly it started appearing again after the New Year event. Instead, in its place, we were getting Mr. Mime, which is obviously a Europe exclusive Pokemon. But Stonejourner, I much prefer that one, even though you can get the Mr. Mime shiny. It is a lovely shiny. We actually managed to get one of those on Christmas Day, in fact. The shiny Mr. Mime. It was a home spawn on Christmas Day. It's a very, very nice shiny with its lime green colour. A lot of other people nickname it Mr. Lime when it's shiny because of its lime green. But very, very nice shiny to get. But I've managed to get quite a few of those shiny now, the Mr. Mimes. So I'm quite happy that the Stonejourner has been added back into the game and hopefully replacing some of those Mr. Mime spawns that we were having over the last month. Because Stonejourner, like I say, is solely a UK exclusive one. And therefore, it's very, very good to be able to take to different places with you. Loads of people, obviously worldwide, want it for trading. So it's nice to have a UK exclusive Pokemon. Of course, other countries have exclusive Pokemon as well. Hawaii have Haunter, Klefki is in France. And then obviously we have all the other regionals which normally span over multiple countries. Obviously Buffalant as well is New York City. So it does definitely mix the game up with the regionals. It means that you can't completely fill your decks unless you know other people in those areas and they go and visit there or catch you one and then trade it to you. It does make it a little bit harder to complete the decks on the game, but it's all the fun of the collection. I'm sure everybody playing Pokemon Go is a bit of a collector maniac and would like to complete the Pokedex if he can. But it does become a very, very difficult task with those regionals. Now, how many nice throws have we managed to contribute? 67 so far, so not too bad. That refreshes every time there's a global challenge, so that's not what I've done since the Fidough Fetch event has started, but it's just what I've done since this stage of the collection challenge has started. So everybody's counter gets refreshed. Just off on the excellent throw there on that Weedle, unfortunately. Didn't catch a Snubble, so I'll try and catch one again. Excellent throw that time. And it's fled. So Fidough seems to be quite a regular spawn on the daily Incense, so I'd assume it's just as regular on the normal Incense. So if you're struggling to get out and about, you cannot obviously put a normal Incense on. You will only get a spawn every 5 minutes or so if you're sat still. And of course, normal Incenses do last for an hour now. So instead of a normal 30 minutes that we used to last for, it has been increased to an hour, and hopefully it stays that way. I think it's been an hour on the Incense for quite some time now. It's just a shame that other items haven't followed suit, including lucky eggs and star pieces. I'll definitely be able to make more use of a lucky egg if it lasted for an hour than the half an hour. Now, if you are tuning into the channel for one of the first times, or if you've returned but still not yet hit that subscribe button, please go and do so. We do go live quite regularly during these events, and obviously every week during Spotlight Hour. And we also do multiple other videos throughout the week as well, including the next Monday, and also many more videos. So make sure to go and subscribe to the channel if you don't already. It'll be a big help. And we've also got another task to be doing over the next couple of days, and that is to work out what sort of targets I'm going to set myself to trying to achieve throughout 2025. If you've not yet seen a YouTube short video asking for your advice, then please go ahead and do so, and leave your comments down below. What should I be targeting on 2025 in Pokemon Go? So last year we did an XP goal, which we'll probably do another XP goal this year just to try and keep that motivation up on the XP. But we also did a best buddy goal, which we won't be doing one this year. So what can we replace the best buddy goal with? Let me know in the comments on that other video. And then also last year we did the most wanted shiny, which we'll continue to do. Last year we managed to get that most wanted shiny that we wanted. It was Pansear, the fire type monkey Pokemon that we get here in the Europe region. It was 2,874 until we saw that shiny, and that's since its shiny release. So that was ridiculous how that didn't sparkle for us earlier on. It obviously got a lot of events where it was featured as well with its other versions, its Pampor and Pansage. But still, that Pansear eluded us. We actually managed to get the other regional ones, Pansage and Pampor, shiny before we did the Pansear, which is obviously the one that spawns here in the UK. So really was a very annoying shiny to try and chase, but we finally managed to get it in around about May time last year. So we also need to work out what our most wanted shiny of 2025 is. Now, I've got an inkling in my head of what I'm going to choose for that, but obviously I'll keep that for now, and I'll be doing another video sometime next week where we set all these targets. Now, hopefully we'll get a few more spawns now. We're getting close to these Pokestops. Still no shiny Electrike or Voltorb at the moment, with them being these shiny boosted ones. And we'll check in a minute if any of our Fidoughs that we've been catching are 3-star ones. Hopefully that one off a research task was. Let's have a look. Fidough. And we'll probably save these for trade as well, so we'll try not to bin these Fidoughs. We've had 3 stars and 4 stars, so 575 in the wild, 810 in the wild, and 407 off a research task. So probably a research task is the worst one out of the 3. Probably the same IVs as that one. That one's got slightly worse attack. So perhaps the second worst one was off a research task. Tiny Sneasel off a daily. Now we do have that rocket radar in, so we'll just see what's about there. And we might go ahead over there and do that once this daily adventure incense has run out. Will we get another Zygarde cell from this route? Obviously Zygarde cells you can only collect 3 a day. So if you've already collected 3 in one day, that'll be a reason why you've not seen any more that day. Here's just a maximum of 3 a day, which is slightly annoying. Obviously it limits you to how it slows you down from doing that, the change form or the evolution of Zygarde, whichever you want to call it. Now that rocket leader over there is Sierra, so that will be Beldum, so we'll definitely be doing that one in a minute. Let's just finish this route off first, and then we'll get that Sierra on the way back up. We'll walk around that way to claim it. Now another Fidough off a research task, this time only 400 CP, so we know that's worse than the 407 one that we had before, and that one wasn't brilliant either, so hopefully we can get better than that on the next few that we get. Now Cryogonal Dynamax. We are going to have to try and solo one of those Cryogonals at some point. Sierra will be routes. Yes, you're right. Yes, you are correct there. I think it's Arlo has got Beldum, hasn't she? I think that's correct. Yeah, thanks very much for pulling me up on that. But still, routes is a very, very good psychic type. Shadow Gardevoir is up there as one of the best, in fact. So again, we'll still be doing that. I think the Rocket leaders this time round are, talking of routes, there's one of the Incense. But in terms of Rocket leaders, obviously we have Beldum, we have Sierra who's got routes, as just mentioned in the comments. And then we also have the Cliff who has a Galarian Zigzagoon. I think all of them are really, really good Pokemon this time round, actually, on the Rocket leaders. Perhaps Galarian Zigzagoon with your Galarian Obstagoon on PvP might be a good one. 4-star Shadow Gardevoir. That is a really, really nice 4-star to get. Shadow 4-stars are really hard to come by as well, so huge congrats on that. I bet it goes in every single raid squad where Psychic's a good counter. It's just a shame that you can't mega evolve these shadows. That would be really, really good. But some of them will be completely overpowered if that was the case. A lot of the time, I think in God of War's case as well, the shadow is actually better than the mega. I know that's the case for many, many shadow Pokemon. And I believe that will still be the same situation for the likes of Metagross when that mega gets released. Will be a very, very good steel type, Mega Metagross, but still, I think its shadow will be better. Electrike behind the gym, still no blue one. Now here in the UK it is sub-zero temperatures. It's getting really, really cold now as the sun's gone down, or going down should I say. And therefore my hands do get very, very cold when you're trying to do these catches. Clefable there annoyingly staying in on that first ball or running off, one or the other. Normally it's quite a nice excellent throw Clefable, just happened to mess it up that time. Now obviously we mentioned it before, community day tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Definitely try and do your grind a bit earlier during the day if you can. I did come out earlier before. Managed to get a couple of shinies as well earlier, which was just typical, getting the shinies off stream and not on stream. $694 on that Tyrant. Really nice Pokemon Tyrant. Is that any good? Ooh, 96. Not a bad one. Have we had any 4-stars so far? No. Fidough was the last 4-star. But yeah, weather-wise, I did manage to come out a little bit earlier myself as well, when it was slightly a bit warmer. It's been cold in the UK all day, really. But it was obviously made slightly a bit better with the sun being out. Now, Electrike's normally an okay, excellent throw to do. Fair throw off a daily. I wondered what that was then, when I saw it come through as wide. Now, Furfur, of course, is going to be featured next week during the next event we've got, which is Fashion Week. And that will also see some brand new costume Pokemon in the form of Minccino and obviously Cinccino. It's evolved form. And they will only be available on raids, so 1-star raids for them. But we'll probably do another live stream on that event as well and try and go after a couple of raids of that and try and hunt for the shiny. It is a little bit annoying that they've locked it behind raids. Obviously, we do get the 2 free raid passes each day at the moment during this current season, so that's handy and useful to remember during those sort of events. But with new costume Pokemon, we should at least give another way of encountering them. Especially when that is literally the only way. I know next week during the Fashion Week, Minccino, like I say, with that costume, it will be boosted to 1 in 64 as a shiny off a raise with the costume, which is decent, but still that is the only way of obtaining them. So even if you put them on wild and research with the full odds, let's say, at least it still gives people another chance to try and get those Pokemon. Locking them behind raids just seems a little bit money conscientious. Now, we've not been doing very good on the throws so far. Messed up on a few. Excellent. But we have managed to get 114 at the moment. 114, nice, that is. Adding to that global challenge. But luckily for us, even when we do mess up on the excellent throws, this event with its 2 times catch XP, it means we will gain a bonus on any great and nice and even just normal throws that we do. We'll still be getting the 2 times catch XP from it, unlike the New Year event where you had to do an excellent throw to get any additional XP. I think it was 2025, of course, the year we're in. 2025 XP for every excellent throw you did during that event. At least this one gives you 2 times catch XP at the moment. We could always unlock more with the help of those global challenges. But at the moment, 2 times catch XP, and that is for every sort of catch that you do. So even the nice and great throws will generate a decent amount of XP. And who doesn't love an event where there's more XP on offer than normal? So an excellent throw on that occasion, on that Snubble. 2,240 Fidough. Yeah, Stardust bonus. We could actually earn, it would be really, really good. I hope we manage to complete these challenges really quickly, because we do actually, the final result that we end up with is obviously, in addition to all the wild spores being added, the likes of Fidough and obviously Hisuian, Growlithe and Graveyard, this next stage, we also do get 4 times catch XP. We can earn up to 4 times catch XP and also 4 times catch Stardust, which is just an insane amount of XP and Stardust on offer. And obviously, Star Piece on that 4 times would make it 6 times, because it's a 50% increase when you use a Star Piece. So loads and loads of Stardust on offer when we get to that stage. But at the moment, we are already at 2 times catch Stardust, as well as 2 times catch XP. So that is why we've got a Star Piece on at this moment in time. And in fact, that was just about to run out, so we'll drop another one on. Really handy feature there that we added, where you can just click on the item and drop another one on instead of having to go into your item bag all the time. I think a load of players were asking for it to be added for quite some time until we actually did that. But since they've done it, really, really useful and easy way to keep extending those. We've only got 9 seconds left on the daily, and that Electrike was our last spawn. We won't get another one before it expires, so that is another daily adventure that's gone with no glaring birds, unfortunately, appearing on our daily incense. I'm sure that was a great throw then on that Magikarp, slightly a little bit off. Again, just messing it. So we'll just see what these research stops are, and then we'll start heading back and up the main road again, where we can get a few more stops in, and of course do that Sierra that we saw earlier. Now, with the daily finishing, we might as well do this Dynamax Sobble. We'll go in on this one. And then we might try and solo that Dynamax Cryogonal, but I might do that on another video at some point over the next few days and upload that on a separate video. It is a very difficult solo to do, Dynamax Cryogonal, with it being a 3-star. Well, I do know it is possible. Potentially we just got to keep going in and wait for the right moveset. Unlike normal raid battles, these Dynamax battles, they do change the moveset, so each Dynamax boss can learn 2 different charge moves. So that's probably why you see it chuck one charge move at you and think, hang on, it's got that move, we're okay. And then all of a sudden it changes its move and it has another one. So it has 2 different charge moves, unlike typical raids that always have just the one. But every time you go back in, if it's a moveset that it looks really unlikely to win against, just jump out, go back in, and it will refresh its moveset, so it might have a different charge move on the second time around. So you can also use that tip on the Gigantamaxes if you're trying to do them in lower numbers, where you've got to rely on certain movesets to be able to defeat them. I know we had to do that a couple of times with the Gigantamax Lapras raid day a few weeks ago. In my community, we managed to do a Gigantamax Lapras with just 8 people by recycling and waiting for the best moveset. But even still, with 8 people, that is quite an impressive feat. Obviously 2 teams of 4 as well, so 2 full teams going in against that Gigantamax. But they are very difficult to take down, the Gigantamaxes are, even though we have made them slightly easier to when we first came around. When we first had that weekend with Charizard, Blastoise and Venusaur, there was a lot of complaints about how difficult we were, about how many, the amount of people that you needed to get. And of course, the lack of time as well, I think, was a big issue with that first weekend. The lack of time given to allow people to build up counters and build up squads. Of course, 800 free max particles a day, and it costs more than 1,200 max particles to be able to max a Dynamax or Gigantamax Pokemon's move out. And they all have 3 different moves as well. Obviously, we have the max move, the max shield, and also the max heal. So 3,600 max particles you need to spend on just one to try and max it out. And obviously you need a team of 3. So And that first weekend, there was 3 different raid bosses, so potentially you needed 9 different Pokemon to be maxed out to be able to have a decent chance of taking it on if you were in smaller groups. So he just didn't really give us enough time to prep for that one, in my opinion. And of course, you were way too difficult. Something that we did manage to sort out in the following one that we did, which was Gigantamax Gengar. Now, Will didn't want to catch that time around. Let's try again. Excellent throw that time. Electrike. Excellent throw that one. So looking back on the graphic that we were mentioning before, the Fidough Fetch graphic, like we said, this one's brought to us by Leak Duck. Really, really easy to see and to read. So some really good info, really laid out easily to understand. Now, of course, we are on stage 2, rewards 2. You can see there, we've got the 2 times catch Stardust, we've got the additional tasks off research, and the debut, of course, unlock of Fidough, which does have that evolution, you can see there, into Dash Bun. Now, 3 times, we have 2.5 times catch XP. We have additional tasks again on Pokestops, and we also have the Hisuian, Growlithe, and Graveyard appearing in the wild. That's what we're working towards. Then, rewards 4 is 2.5 times the catch Stardust, and then rewards 5 is 3 times catch XP and catch Stardust. And then look at that down at the bottom. Rewards 6, 4 times of each, both catch XP and catch Stardust increased 4 times. So an insane amount that we could earn when we get to that stage. Now we will put an incense on. Obviously we're walking the same way back that we've just walked down here, so spawns might be a little dried up with what we've managed to catch on the way down. So an incense will hopefully just keep bringing those spawns to us. $286, did it on catch? It did. Now we can also earn another 300 max particles, but we'll save that for now. We may actually have a Dynamax, which we have to power its moves upon, so we can always do that. Hundo Dynamax Drill Bit. We'll max move that one, so that will get rid of 800 max particles. And therefore we are now down to just the 150. So now we'll earn a few more by collecting them from the spots that are near me. And then we can claim that walking one as well. There he is, Mr. Mime, still spawning. But just in addition of the Stone Journey being returned. Poochyena seems to be quite a common spawn during this event as well. Perhaps it's all the dog ones, with it being Fidough. Perhaps that's the route they've gone down. That's probably why we're seeing Lillipup and Poochyena. There is another Fidough. Two Fidoughs, in fact, quite close together here. Really need to get better on these throws. Definitely having an off day on the throws. Yeah, Voltorbs are balls to fetch. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, go on Fidough, fetch a Voltorb. Tiny Fidough. That's a nice one. Use a slightly better ball to try and make sure it stays in. There we go, tiny Fidough. I wonder if that's what it actually is. I wonder if that's what we've done, because obviously the event is called Fidough Fetch, so potentially Voltorb and Electrike obviously being boosted. Perhaps that's the reason. Perhaps that is the actual reason. You might have worked out the logic. Somebody in the antic having a laugh. Still not to get any shinies so far this stream. But we did get 3 this morning. When I was off stream, having a walk around. You can see here, shinies, recent. And you can see, oh, we did have an Onyx on stream. I stand corrected, we did have an Onyx on stream. But we did have a Lilliput this morning. We also had a Ghastly, and we also had an Electrike, which was quite nice. Yeah, it does make sense. Dogs with balls. Perhaps reword that a different way. Dogs fetching their balls. Still doesn't sound right. Yeah, you know what I mean. Try and keep it PG. Yeah, it definitely seems to be around that sort of theme. Fidough Fetch. So getting there with a couple of these excellent throws now. Pokemon GO Plus Plus has already got to it before. So I have got the Pokemon GO Plus Plus on, just spinning stuff at this moment in time while we do these nice throws, or hopefully better ones. Have we already done these research tests? We have indeed. Now this is the Dynamax Cryogonal, the one we might end up coming back to at some point and trying to solo on another video. Electrike, no shiny. So a couple of tasks here that we haven't yet done. Catch 5 Pokemon. Now these tasks are different to when we first went round this morning. We are getting some new tasks because of that unlock bonus that we managed to do. So if you did already walk around this morning and you thought, hang on, the tasks are all a bit rubbish, we have seemingly refreshed and we have got some new ones replacing them. There's a new follow a route one there, which the last 2 times has been Fidough, so we'll definitely try and do that and get a better Fidough than the ones we've had previously. Just check these ones around here. Lillipup, Psyduck. And we can hopefully catch that one off a reward. 401 Electrike. And that will give us the catch 5 Pokemon that we can tick off. And we can claim both those two and give some space to be able to get 2 more researchers in. With Fidough off the Incense. So Fidough is still spawning on the normal Incense, if you're wondering. So it definitely seems really easy to be able to get. Obviously, a lot of people were worried that it was just locked behind field research. That would be quite difficult to achieve as well, but we've made it really readily available to everyone. Two Electrites, come on, one of these be blue. No, still no shiny Electrike on the live stream. See if we can hit a better throw that time around. Great throw. Snubble off for research. We've got a couple more research tasks around here. These 2. Let's see what these are before we get too close to that 3rd one. So we'll probably delete that Spin Gems one, just so that we can get that one. Cheers, thank you very much. Hope you're doing all right. Hope we do get some shiny luck. Got a shiny on one of the first few clicks of the live stream, but since then, no luck so far. Well, let's go ahead and do this Sierra battle and see if she brings any more luck. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. Electrike? No, still no shiny one. Done a couple more research tasks, so let's see what these awards are before we do this Sierra battle. Jump in this one. And obviously, as was rightly corrected in the comments below, Sierra is running Rolts, which obviously means Arlo has got Beldum and Cliff has got that glaring Zigzagoon. But that will be changing in a couple of weeks' time with Fashion Week that we have next week. We'll have a Fashion Week takeover, a rocket event lasting 4 days during that Fashion Week. I think the Fashion Week is on for 10 days, and the last 4 of it will be a rocket event as well as the Fashion Week. So we will get some refreshed bosses. Hopefully, I'm hoping that we do bring Ghastly back, whether we bring Ghastly back on as a rocket boss or whether we bring it back as just on Pokestops, just on grunts. I really do hope we bring Ghastly back. Ghastly we brought out as a shadow. It was about for a week, 2 weeks, and then it's been gone ever since. So it was very short-lived, but hopefully end up bringing that back around this next time. Could do with getting some better Shadow Ghastlys. I think I've only managed to get 1 3-star Shadow Ghastly. Shadow Cranidos on a leader rotation would be absolutely incredible. If we've got Shadow Kraid or Shadow Ghastly on the same leader rotation, I may very well run out of money. That would be insane. I would probably say a leader rotation with that sort of thing would probably fall on the Fossil Week later on in the year. We normally have a Fossil Week and Adventure Week or so on later on in the year, around August time, I think. So it will probably fall around that time when we next get, if we get that sort of rotation. Really terrible shadow routes, unfortunately. Now we've got 2 follower routes, and I know there's a route down here, so we can definitely try and do that. We collect max particles off this. We can indeed. Now if we go into routes, it should be pub to pub. Let's go and do that one. But yeah, we'll have to see what we do with the... I wonder, with it being in a fashion week, whether it'll be something that's had a costume during a fashion week before in the past. Obviously, Diglett, Shadow Diglett. Obviously, that had a top hat. It will have a top hat again this time around. Potentially that. Potentially Shinx. I think Shinx had a costume once with a top hat as well. So potentially we could do something fashion week related. Shinx would actually make quite a nice shadow boss, but I don't think we've had Shadow Shinx released so far yet, have we? I know we've had Diglett. Zubat, really annoying to try and get a decent throw on Zubat. Just won't stay still. Snorlax is normally a better throw than that. Let's try that again. Just keeps jumping at the wrong time, doesn't it, Snorlax? There we go. Excellent throw. Whether he stayed in or not, I'm not sure. We could have had. I'm going to have to check the Shinx now that I've got in my collection. I know they did make an error in one of the events. I think it was Pokemon GO Fest 2023, I want to say, when we had Snorlax with a cowboy hat released globally. Obviously that was released in an in-person event a few years before that. But we had it globally released in Pokemon GO Fest 2023. And you could actually obtain a Shadow Snorlax with the top hat. And I think Niantic were a bit peeved that they left that in, because ever since then, all the events where we've had costume Pokemon that were also in Rockets, they've took them out of Rockets during that event. So, for instance, Krogunk, if you remember Krogunk with a backwards cap, that one was taken out of Rocket Stops during that event where it had that cap on, and then reinstated after the event. And we've kept on doing that ever since. So if you have got Shadow Pokemon with costumes, they are very, very rare indeed. And now they could become even rarer with Niantic getting rid of the ability to be able to get them. So Snorlax, you can see here, we have a Shadow one here, Shadow extra large one, in fact, with a cowboy hat. So really, really lucky to be able to get that. Now, Shadow Shinx. Let's see if we've had a Shadow Shinx before. Just catch this Electrike. That annoyingly keeps moving. Perhaps we need to start using some Nanab's berries to slow these Pokemon down. Let's just check that one there. No blue one. Now, Shinx. You can see there we've had it with a top hat before. We have had a Shadow one. So Shadow 91 there I've got. 91 IV. So potentially we could have a return of Shinx during the Fashion Week rotation. With it, like you say, having a top hat before in the past. I'm trying to keep going with these excellent throws and just build on that XP. Now, last year we did earn a very decent amount of XP during the year. If you've not already seen me yearly targets that I set myself in 2024 and you've not yet seen the results video of how we managed to get on throughout the whole year, then make sure to go check that out on my channel after this. But we did get a decent amount of XP last year throughout the year, more than what we'd actually anticipated. So this year we will be challenging ourselves to even go further than that and trying to beat what we did last year. So that is why these sort of events really do add up in terms of XP if we can hit those excellent throws. The cold weather does not help with it, but still we need to keep getting into the swing of it, keep hitting those excellent throws where we can. Obviously, Spagrato tomorrow should be a nice event to be able to hit excellent throws. It might be difficult to start off with, but normally a few minutes into, probably half an hour into the community day, you sort of get the muscle memory for it and you can start hitting those excellent throws quite frequently. Now let's complete that route and hopefully we've got another 2 Fidoughs off the research. That's followed. There is a wild Gengar. He's right here, in fact. Wild Gengar, no shiny. Still not yet to find a shiny Gengar in the wild. Excellent throw on him. 1275 CP. He is weather boosted as well because of the cloudy weather. And Gengar, it's a 2-star as well, so it wouldn't have been a bad one as a shiny. Electrike there, still no blue one. Still avoiding us at this moment in time. Now we've just caught a Fidough in the wild. We'll see what these ones are on my research test. 407. Is it any better? Yes, 415. And then we have, can we get better than 415? No, 402. So 415 looks to be maybe a decent one. Let's quickly catch this Electrike and we can have a quick look and see if it is any good. 415 CP on the Fidough off a research task. Anywhere near the hundo. Ooh, not too bad. 91 IV, so missing 3 off a HP, 1 off a defense, missing 4 in total. Gives it at 91 IV, so not bad. 15 attack as well, so a hundo must be around the 420 mark, for potentially 422. Something around those sort of mark. Let's see if we can get any more research with the event tag on and see if we can encounter any more. It definitely seems to be on the follow a route task, seems to be the main task to go to for Fidough. So if you are going to be heading out at any point, keep an eye out for that follow a route. I've not had a Fidough appear on any other research task apart from follow a route. So potentially that's the only one it's in. So you could have a walk around, get 3 of those together, and then just do one route and be able to claim all 3. So let's see if any of these up here are follow a route. We have a winner freestyle raid and evolve a Pokemon. So we'll keep the evolve a Pokemon in. It's not an event one, but it's a relatively easy one to do. The 2 shiny boosted Pokemon of the event sat right next to each other here, Voltorb and Electrike. None of them are shiny. None of them we managed to hit a good throw on. I'm way off it today with the throws. But still working towards that global challenge, 226 now. On the global challenge, ranked 3rd amongst the friends list, 842 leading out in front. Excellent throw on the Ghastly. Now, have we had any 4 stars in the wild? We haven't. Very, very slippy, in fact, on the pavements. Nearly fell over. That would have been funny on the live stream, wouldn't it? The camera would have just gone up in the air and me flat down on my face. Just goes to show how cold it is here in the UK at this moment in time. Ice on the footpaths. Yet we're still out here grinding for the Fidoughs. Now, we did have that evolve a Pokemon task, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Let's just evolve anything that's rubbish. We'll get at Eevee and see what it goes into, just to get that task out of the way. Jolteon this time around. More often than not, I seem to be able to get Jolteon and Flareon off those random evolutions of Eevee. Vaporeon seems to be my nemesis. Got quite a few Hundo EVs and I've never managed to get a Hundo Vaporeon because obviously it's all down to chance. You can obviously do that nickname trick, but you can only do it once. After that, it is all down to chance, and the chance I've had, I think we've ended up having 4 Hundo Jolteons and 3 Hundo Flareons all the way around, and yet we've still not had that Hundo Vaporeon. Really annoying situation to be in, but still, we'll keep trying to get more Hundo EVs and trying to evolve them. It is the last Eevee I think I need for the family, unless we still need Sylveon as well. But it is definitely the one I'm trying to get the next. Once I've managed to get that Vaporeon, I know then that we've got an easy task on our hands afterwards. All of them, except the first 3, can be obtained by doing different things. So obviously evolve, walk 10 kilometers and evolve during night for Umbreon. Walk 10 kilometers and evolve during the day for Espeon. And then obviously Sylveon is buddies, buddy hearts, and so on and so forth. Leafeon, the Leaf lore module. Yeah, so it's Vaporeon that I'm trying to get the Hundo one of. I think if I have a look here, I'll be able to show you 4-star and Eevee. So I'm trying to get a Hundo. I've already got them all registered in the decks. I'm just trying to get the Hundos of each. So if we go 4-star and Eevee and tick it on, you can see there just how unlucky I've been with trying to get a Vaporeon. We've had 6 Jolteons, 3 Flareons, 2 Espeons, 2 Umbreons, and we have a Sylveon. So still need Leafeon, and still need, there's the other one as well, a Leafeon, and something else. Hi Anthony, thanks very much for joining back. But yeah, the Hundo that I'm after, Glaceon, that's it. Yeah, thanks very much for spotting that. Yeah, Glaceon. But obviously both those can be done by a lore module. So I'm quite happy to try and get the Vaporeon first, and then sort out those two afterwards. Just be funny to see how many, in addition to those 6 that we've already got, how many Hundo Jolteons we actually end up with before we end up getting that Vaporeon. Hopefully it's on the next one. Now there is a couple more research tasks that we can obtain up here. What have we got in so far? Spin 5 Pokestops in all gyms. Yeah, it's always funny to those that are watching, not being able to get the one you want. It's frustrating as hell to the one that's actually doing it. But yeah, as an innocent bystander, it's very, very funny. I do have to have a chuckle myself now, actually. It's gone that far. When I see another Jolteon evolving, when I've evolved a Hundo Eevee, I do have to have quite a chuckle of myself, in all honesty. Now I'll just try and get these stops that are up here. Very, very dark actually, in fact, up here. But still, we'll try and get them. Just turn my screen brightness up a little bit. There you go. Very, very dark up here. Now let's try and get these ones up here. Now we have Hatch and Egg, not an event one. Probably not the best one to have in, whether it's having a 10k again. Don't know why I've gone on there to see my eggs. Let's just have a look here. Don't even know what I'm doing now. 5.3k on our 10k egg. And we'll try and get this one. We'll leave the top one just because of how icy it is underfoot. And we'll just try and get this one up here. The football field one. Still no shiny Electrike, even though it is boosted. Still keeps avoiding us. Persian, excellent throw that time. Couple of Voltorbs. Still can't reach that one. There it is. Spin, 5 Pokédots is complete. Make 3 great Kerbal throws. So both throws up there were non-event ones, which was really annoying. But especially to how icy it is underfoot trying to get up there. Let's have a quick look at the Fidough situation. How many have we managed to obtain? 30 now, 30 Fidoughs. And that is if we've caught all the ones off the research tasks, or whether they're stacked. Spin this gym. So obviously raid bosses have also changed during this event as well. We've got a few more dog Pokemon in raids, and then the legendary raid boss has changed from the altered Giratina to the normal Palkia. So not the origin one, just a normal one. You could probably see one of those on the nearby as well. So we have a normal Palkia there. So that is the current legendary raid boss. That will be about for the next 12 days. So just a 1 raid hour of that until it then changes, I believe. Anyway, we might have 2 raid hours. We'll have to wait and see. And then after that we will have attack and defense form Deoxys. Yeah, so even though it is the normal form Deoxys, the normal form Palkia, obviously you can use that candy for the origin one and be able to power that up. Unfortunately, none of these can learn the Spatial Rend move, because that is solely an exclusive move, and also just by chance where you can get it on the origin one, as with Roar of Time on the origin Dialga. Now, a couple more catches and then we'll check what we've managed to obtain during this live stream, and we'll finish the stream very, very shortly. So if you've not already done so, please hit that subscribe button. We do go live quite frequently on the channel, including during these events and also on Spotlight Hour. We also put many, many videos up over the week. So please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any. But let's have a quick look and see how good these Fidoughs have been for us. If we've managed to get any decent 3-star ones. We had a couple of 3-stars last time we checked, but did we get any more that are better IVs than those? We've now got 6 3-star ones. So 810. We had 575. 415, that was a one off a research task, so that's probably the best one that we've got off a research task so far. 407, another research task one. 356 and 157. So 415 is the best one so far, and we've got 93 candy. So hoping for a little bit of a better one, and then we'll be able to evolve it. Now, Fidough, research task, follow a route. So keep an eye out for follow a route. That's definitely something we've learned when we've been doing this live stream. It's solely on follow a route. All other event research tasks give you all the other dogs that are currently spawning in the wild. So the likes of Lillipup, Growlithe, and also the Voltorb as well, and also the Electrike. Both Voltorb and Electrike are shiny boosted 1 in 64. So unfortunately no shinies during the live stream. We have had quite a few Fidoughs, 30 Fidoughs, but we have had a lot of fun trying to hunt them down. Fidough is in the game. Keep working towards that global challenge. Let's unlock more of these research bonuses together, and then we can try and head up towards that 4 times catch XP and 4 times catch Stardust, as well as some more Hisuian Pokemon spawning in the wild. So thanks so much for tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very shortly on the next video. Bye for now.